Welcome to the lesson of Microsoft PowerPoint. In this lesson, we're going to show you how you will be able to make a professional resume or a professional CV in Microsoft Word. Okay, so without any further ado, just because this lesson is going to be a bit big, but don't worry, we're going to show it to you all of the steps one by one. So let's get on to the lesson. So first off, what I'm going to do is change the layout. So I'm going to do is change it to A4 because A4 is the perfect size for your page and most of the time people use it. Okay, so I'm going to do next is make this shape a bit better. Okay, I'm going to do is, let's say from here, I'm going to turn this, you know, this is a bit better. The shape to fill to be a different color, but here what I'm gonna do is a bit different. So as it is done, what I'm gonna do is change the color. So first what I'm gonna do is change this color to be like this, and now what I'm gonna do is let's get on over here, and from here I'm gonna do is shape the fill into a bit of gradient, which I'm gonna have over here. Select whichever one you prefer. Let's say I prefer this one, and you can see right over here, but if I want a different color I can also do that. Let's just stick with this and then change the shape. Okay, shape fill to be a bit gradient. Okay, can select whichever one I want, and now I prefer this. If you don't prefer this, just select on whichever one you want. Let's say if you want to select on this, well, that is also fine. And if you want to like do a bit more edit on these, you can also go to shape format and then like edit them however you want to. Okay, that's gonna be just totally up to you how you're gonna do it. So what you're gonna do is just click on it and then format. Okay, format auto shapes, and you can do that. That's just totally up to you. Now what I'm gonna do is just keep it like this, but if you want a different more color, you can also do that. Okay, if you want to do that, what you're gonna do is just format this shape. So just double click on it and then just tap on format auto shape, then picture slash picture, whichever one you want, and it might open up a size like this. And from here you can like reduce the transparency, increase the transparency, to fill the color. Well, the color one is going to be two colors. If you want to add more color, let's say I'm going to add this color. I'm going to press on OK and hit on OK, and you can see that there is a gradient now and it looks a bit better and somewhat a bit different. So what I'm going to do over here is obviously make a text box. So I'm going to do is increase the size a bit, and this is an anchoring size, yeah, icon, but we're gonna skip it. So I'm gonna do is make a shape over here so that you can like add in your text. So what I'm gonna do over here is go to shapes, and then from here I'm gonna do is select a shape. So from selecting a shape, I can just select this one. From here I'm gonna make a size like this. Okay, this looks a bit perfect. Now as this is done, I'm gonna do is make the shape outline a bit more thinner, but that's just up to me how am I gonna do it. So let's say I'm gonna keep it like this, and this is how it will kind of look like. Now what I'm gonna do is change this shape to like format auto shape. What I'm gonna do is increase the transparency. Just as I increase the transparency, you will see a difference. I'm gonna just press OK, and you can see that this kind of looks like this now. Now what I'm gonna do is like take it wherever I want it to be, or you can like keep it wherever you want it to be, and then add in your text. So I'm gonna do is from here, what I'm gonna do is, let's say I'm gonna increase this. From here I'm gonna do is change the size to, I'm gonna need a full view, so I'm gonna increase the size a bit. And I'm gonna do is keep it to be more than half, and I'm gonna do is alt and then keep it over here, and I'm gonna do is just press on alt, and now you can see that you have both of them. What I'm gonna do is increase or decrease the size of it a bit. So I'm gonna keep it over here, and you can see that it is a bit different over now. I'm gonna do is increase the size a bit and then like increase the transparency or decrease the transparency of however I want that to be. So let's say from here, what I don't want the transparency on this one, so I'm gonna do is format the shape, and I'm gonna do is like no transparency, let it be white, and this one is gonna have the transparency. I'm gonna do is turn it to be a bit ovally corners, circled corners. Well, it looks a bit better. Well, this is how it will look like. Now what I'm gonna do is add in text over here, but first what I'm gonna do is add in the text box. So first what I'm gonna do is, let's say the text box is gonna be go to home, increase the size. From here the text box is going to be the name, let's say the company name, so, or maybe your name, whichever one you prefer. Let's say my name is Zachary, Zachary Davidson. What I'm gonna do is select all of these. What I'm gonna do is turn this one into a bit bigger. Well, I'm like try keeping it like this, and I want this one to be a size bigger, and that will be it. But if you don't want the box, you can also remove the box and you can use just the shape. Control C or Control X. I'm just gonna remove this box over here. I'm gonna type in the data. We go back. You can add in your text. You can see it right over here. Well, Zachary Davidson. Well, now it is done. What I'm gonna do is skip some lines, or maybe like use it like this. And if you want to make the color a bit different, you can. That's like totally up to you. So next, what I'm gonna show you is gonna be making another box over here, so that you will be able to, add in your photo and also your bio. So what I'm gonna do is make sure to go over here, and then from here I'm gonna do is make another box over here. Well, before making the box, what I'm gonna do is remove the outlines from these. So I'm gonna do is go to home. Let's say I don't want that, so I'm gonna do is just select on it. From here, what I'm gonna do is go to text box, and then from here I'm gonna do is remove outlines. I'm gonna do the same thing over here, remove the outlines because the outline looks a bit weird. So I'm gonna do is like keep it over here. I'm gonna change this color to be, let's say if I keep it white, and you will see that it makes a bit of difference. But I'm gonna do is keep the color to be a bit more black. Yeah, black looks good on this color. So I'm gonna do is keep it over here. Next I'm gonna do is make another box. So just as I said, I'm gonna do is make another box over here. I'm gonna do is keep it like this, and then increase the transparency just as the one on there. So I'm gonna do is this one and make it to 75 or something. Let's say 75. Hit enter. Okay, and you can see that it's kind of like this now. I'm gonna do is go to shape outline, and then like no outline will just be perfect. I'm gonna do is make that to be a bit less. Format not 75, but let's say turn it to be 60. 65 might be perfect. Now what you're gonna do is go to insert and go to pictures, or maybe shapes again. After going to shapes, just make a circle or search for a circle first, and then from here it's gonna be your profile picture. So it's gonna be looking like this, or your photo over here. You can add in your photo, and then what you're gonna do is on this box you're gonna add in your bio. Okay, so this is the bio box. I'm gonna just type in, okay, add text. Okay, let's just type in some, this is where your bio is gonna be. So I'm gonna do is select all of it and then increase the size so that you can see. Okay, this is your profile about you. Okay, so this is where you will add your profile, and this is where you will add your picture. Let's say I'm gonna add in a picture. If I want to like add in a picture, I'm just gonna go to format auto shape. From here what you're gonna do is colors and lines, which you ever see. Go to size, layout, all text, whichever one you want. You can also add in a picture if you want to. Okay, so let's say if you want to add in a picture, just go from here and then insert, and then just click on pictures or icons, whichever one you want, and you will be able to add in your picture. So after that is done, what you're gonna do is obviously add in some like, which is really important steps, which is gonna be over here, and some things should be also over here. Okay, so without any further ado, let's just move into those. What I'm gonna do is make some more steps over here. Just go to shapes, and what I'm gonna do is obviously add in some other things, which is gonna be something like your number, then your email address, and then your address. So I'm gonna do is make some of those shapes where I will be able to add those. So I'm gonna do is find out some of those shapes which I will be able to use. I'm gonna do is increase the size a bit so that I can make a perfect one. Okay, let's see, this one is perfect. I'm gonna do is press on Alt, and then I will make some copies of these. Press on Alt on your keyboard and you will be able to make a copy of these. Now I made an extra one, but I'm just gonna delete one of them, and now you can see that there are 3. But if you don't want to do that, just do is format one of it like perfectly, and then copy them. So I'm gonna do is keep it to be 65 again, or 61, whichever one you prefer. That's gonna be up to you. And I don't want any outline, so I'm gonna just go to shape, format, and then just press on no outline. And then what I'm gonna do is copy all of these. Yeah, as you can see that now I have 3, which is gonna be over here, but I'm just gonna go is undo, undo, undo a bit maybe. I'm gonna do is copy this. Well, that is it. Now what you're gonna do is find some icons which you will be able to use as, let's say, telephone, which is gonna be telephone, okay, which is right over here. Then I'm gonna search for let's say mail, and mail is gonna be this one, and the next one is gonna be address. Okay, so address, let's search for a globe, and you can see that there are several globes. Now we are gonna do is add in 3 of them. So I'm gonna do is just make them to be a bit up. I'm gonna do is add in another page. Okay, do is go to the second page. Obviously you will prefer going to the second page. Now I'm gonna do is obviously add in those, okay, over here. I'm gonna do is go to selection panel, and you can see graphic, all of them are like down there. So I'm gonna do is just show all. I'm gonna do is make them to be up here. I'm gonna do is make them go up over here if it's not changing all of them. So I'm gonna do is just have to do that. The top, well, this might be like a bit of a hassle, but what I'm gonna do is just do the same thing which I did. So I'm gonna do is just keep him however it was, and then what I'm gonna do is just add in those text. Okay, if you want to add in those text or icons, you just have to click on it, go to insert, and then click on icons. Then you might be able to use it. But if it like goes underneath, well, that is like, let's just try using one of these, and if it like goes below, we have to use the selection panel, and then you can just use it. But if it's like not doable, just you can just skip it sometimes, but it's gonna be totally up to you. What I'm gonna do is add in text. You can like add in text or whichever one you want. Let's say if you want to add in an icon, that is also going to be up to you. Now what I'm going to do is obviously now try the telephone. Type in telephone, and I'm going to see, click on here, and you can see one is over here. I'm going to do the same thing over here, like try adding in text. I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to do is alt or add text, and then from here I'm going to do is go to insert, go to icons, and now from here I'm gonna do is type in mail because I want some mails now. Mail icon. Now I'm gonna do is keep it like this, and I'm gonna do is add another one over here. Let's say I'm gonna add in a globe because that is gonna be the address which I'm gonna like use. So I'm gonna type in globe, and now as it is done, I'm gonna do is just keep it like this, and now you can see all of them are done. Now you can just add in your phone number, which is gonna be, let's say I'm gonna keep it XXX, and let's say your name, then add the rate, whichever. Okay, let's say mail.com or Gmail, Yahoo, whichever one you use. And then I'm just gonna keep access over here too, because that's gonna be totally up to you how you're gonna add your address. Okay, so bio is also gonna be like about you, so you have to keep some spaces over here, and you have to keep in like a bit up so that you will be able to add in your text. Let's say about you. Let's just keep it about you instead of just typing in bio. Okay, so this is where you will be able to add in your text over here. Okay, one by one, keep this a bit like small, and then you will be able to add your text. Now as I'm gonna do is zoom in a bit, and then you will see how it kind of looks like. Now what you're gonna do is fill up the right side of the page. You can see over here, now the right side of the page is contain like a different kind of things. You can also add in your like your web address. That's gonna be also up to you. That's just like literally some things are like totally optional, because if you wanted to like use it, you can use it, but if you don't want to use it, that's also up to you. Now from here, what you're gonna do is add in education, experience, skills, and other stuff. So just as I did on the previous ones, what I'm gonna do is obviously add in more shapes, or whichever one you want. You can just add text. Let's say I'm gonna add in a text. Let's say the first one is gonna be the experience. What I'm gonna do is copy all of these. I'm gonna do is keep it underlined, experience, and you will add in your experience over here. Okay, I'm gonna like skip this part because I'm not gonna add in like extra text over here. You can just, I'm just gonna keep it like dot dots. And now after you're done with experience, you can type in education, that will be it, and you will be able to add in your education over here. I'm gonna copy this, I'm gonna paste it over here. This is where your education will look like. Then you can add in your skills, which is gonna be like this. I'm gonna undo and like underline each and every of them, and then Control V, where you will add your skills. And then what you're gonna do is you can also add in references. That's gonna be up to you. And now what you're gonna do is, as your profile is over here, you don't have to worry about extra stuffs. You can just add in languages if you want to, if you like, over here. But I'm just gonna skip that, and I'm gonna do is add in other stuffs like overview, leadership, and other stuff. Let's say I'm gonna type in leadership, and hit enter and Control V. And let's say the last one is gonna be objectives. Okay, objective, hit enter, and yeah, that will be it. And this is how you will be able to make a professional looking CV. And that's like totally up to your creativity. You can add in more stuff if you want to, but you can just keep it subtle and you don't have to work a lot. Okay, you just need to be able to like show it formally and about you and your other stuff. Let's say if you want to add in languages, you can just add in another text over here. Okay, add another box. You can just go to insert and then add your box over here. And next, what I'm gonna do is just you can just format all of these text and all of these other stuff which you have over here. Let's say if I want to keep it like this, I'm gonna keep it like dark. Okay, I'm gonna do is just use the format painter and use these ones. Okay, that's like totally up to you, so you don't have to worry about exceptional stuff like formatting the text and other stuff. But if you want to make it more professional, obviously it's gonna need some formatting. So I'm just gonna like do this, and you can also add in icons just right beside them. So this is how you will be able to make a professional looking CV. So hope you guys like understood everything, and if you follow these, then you will be able to do it. So thank you for watching this video.